Hey guys, so for this video, I decided to do something a little bit different, a little outside of what I normally talk about, and that is talk about a subject that personally feel like needs to be talked about more, and that is infertility. There are so many couples out there that struggle with it. My husband Colin and I were once in that boat. We once struggled with infertility and the heartache of it and how much it weighed us down. And since it is National Infertility Awareness Week, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity for me to share my story with all of you. So I'll start out from the very beginning of when Colin and I were first married in 2013. We decided that during our first year of marriage that we wanted to hold off on trying to have a baby because we wanted to enjoy our time as a couple, and Colin was still in school at the time, so we just didn't feel like it was the right time to have a kid. So I was on the birth control pill for a little over a year. And then after that, I knew I was ready to get off the pill. So I got myself off of it to get my body ready for having a baby. And within 2 years of marriage, we decided that it was a good time to start trying. And I just kind of remember every single month when we found out there was no pregnancy news, I would just start crying. And I would get just so sad every single month that there was disappointment. And I also remember what was really hard for me when going through my infertility journey was seeing our family and friends all get pregnant before we even had our first child. I just remember also going on social media and seeing pregnancy announcement after pregnancy announcement after pregnancy announcement pop up. And I would just get even more devastated and wonder, when will it ever be our time to share our amazing news? Another thing that I think was really hard for me was getting the constant questions of, oh, do you guys want kids? Why don't you have kids at this point? And to which I would always respond, oh, well, we want kids, but we just don't know when that will be yet. I mean, I always remember getting constant advice of just relax. Try taking your basal body temperature, try exercising, try dieting, try using ovulation tests. I tried all those things and none of it was helping. So Colin and I grew to being very concerned at that time, and we decided that within almost a year of trying that we would get tested to see what was going on with the two of us. So Colin got a semen analysis and he was free and clear with a normal sperm count. So it was my turn to see if there was anything going on with me. So I saw an OBGYN for the first time, and sure enough, we went in and she spotted two things that were going on with me. And that is that I had a uterine polyp on the right side of my uterus and early PCOS. And I just couldn't believe that we just finally had an answer to what was going on and why it was taking so long for us to have a baby. So the uterine polyp was the biggest reason of why we were not pregnant at this point. And so we made a plan and we decided to go through a surgery. And so a month later, I had a hysteroscopy and had the polyp removed. And it was an easy procedure and I recovered within a day. And so we decided to go with our original plan, and that was for me to take a medication called Femera. I would take that for a week and it would basically just help me ovulate. Since I have PCOS, I just never knew when I was going to ovulate. And so we did that, and we decided that we should just try on our own. And if that didn't work, that we would try an IUI or an intrauterine insemination to help us get pregnant faster. And so we did a few rounds of Femera. About 3 months after my surgery, I found out that I was pregnant for the very first time ever within a year and a half. And I just remember I just was shocked, and yet I was so elated at the same time, and just the emotions were there for both me and Colin. We both felt so overjoyed that we finally were able to get pregnant. But unfortunately, that took an unexpected turn. A few weeks after I got my positive pregnancy test, I started bleeding, which led me to a trip to the ER. And we went there and the doctors ran some tests on me and what was going on, and they pretty much determined that there was no gestational sac and therefore there was no baby. So I found out right then and there that I had miscarried. That was one of the hardest things that I feel like I ever had to go through, was for it to take so long for us to get pregnant and to find out happy news, only for it to not work out. I wanted to give up so many times on our journey, and I even questioned if motherhood was in the cards for me. But the story does have a happy ending. 2 months after I had miscarried, we decided to do another round of Femera, and I got a positive ovulation test. And sure enough, within a few weeks later, I found out I was pregnant again. And this time, I stayed pregnant, and my daughter arrived 9 months later. And she was my rainbow baby and my miracle baby. And with our son Mason, who is now 6 months old, with him, it didn't take that long at all to get pregnant. It only took us 3 months with just an ovulation test, and we got pregnant. I hope that my story really did help. I know that some couples have it harder than others. Everybody's journey is so different when having a baby, and that is why I just felt so strongly that the awareness just needs to keep going. I really do feel like we need to show compassion, we need to be more loving, and we need to be more understanding of those that are struggling to have so badly to have a child. If you are struggling, just know that you are not alone, and that there are so many couples that go through with infertility every single day. And just know that we are always here to lift each other up. I count my blessings every day that Autumn and Mason are here. I definitely don't take any day for granted, and I feel so thankful that they made me a mom. I truly feel lucky to have them in my life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hoped it brought some enlightenment to you and it brought hope. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!